So if you follow me on Instagram, you saw a picture of like my new kit kind of sprawled out. So a little backstory here. So my makeup artistry business is really just, it has a lot of changes going on right now. There's been some challenges. My website got hacked and I basically had to shut it down, and I'm waiting for it to be rebuilt. I finally got a new train case. I'd had the other train case, I don't know, I think for about 3 years. And everybody had told me don't get a hard-sided train case, but I was stubborn. I was like, no, I want a hard, I found one that I thought was pretty and everything I wanted and needed. And I kind of figured no matter what I did, everything's learning, and just in general, your style changes. So I finally bought a soft-sided hard case, and I got the like 360 spinner, because that was the one thing I had really noticed was I don't like having to tip the train case to roll it. There's actually one convention center in the local area that I've done several weddings at. It's a very popular spot, and you have to travel quite a bit through the convention center to get to where the brides get ready. So that's kind of what determined that. I did like that my old one had the drawers that pulled in and out, so that wasn't something I wanted to give up. And I found this one, it had the drawers as well. So I was getting a new train case. I kind of had wanted to like clear things out. You just kind of learn as you do makeup. Sorry, I'm standing up because this is like a massive thing. So that's why everything probably looks lower in the background. Just over the last several years, you learn what you do and don't use. You get something and you think it's like, oh my god, I have to have that for my kit, and then you never touch it, right? So I hadn't taken the time to like clear the stuff out. Plus, personally, I transitioned to cruelty free. I had been doing research last year. January 1, I really tried to kind of make the commitment to myself. I knew I wasn't going to be perfect at it. I've made some mistakes. I've bought things that I thought were cruelty free, and then I found out they weren't. But it's just a goal of mine. I'm not perfect about it, for sure. I'm not perfect in general. But just the fact that I'm trying, I think counts for something. So it all just kind of like went together. It was like new website. We moved the studio. The studio's in a new location now. So I got a new train case, and it just felt like time to just kind of purge the kit and get rid of things and take out the things that are cruelty free. So this video is probably going to be kind of long because I plan on telling you why I took these things out. Because if you are someone that's building a kit, I think it may be helpful to you to know why I took these out. And sometimes it's just purely because they weren't cruelty free, or sometimes there's a reason. So anyways, I previously had kind of 3 kits, which was ridiculous. I had like my train case, and then I had a couple smaller bags. Hold on, I'm gonna go get them. Okay, so in addition to my train case, I had 2 of these smaller bags. And like one bag was basically like bridal. Like I could do a wedding out of one of these. And this will just kind of show you how little stuff you actually need. And then I had another one of these that I kept like stuff for like kind of more like editorial shoot style, stuff that has the crazy stuff in it that you don't need to be carrying with you on a normal basis. So this is what these little bags look like. And like I said, I had 2 of them. So it's got these dividers in there like that. These come from Michael's, and they're barely inexpensive, and I found they really fit everything I needed, minus hair stuff. Like I could get everything I needed for bridal in this, and I could get everything I needed for editorial in this. So like I said, I get these from Michael's. Use a 40% off coupon. I think they're less than 20 bucks. On one side here, you have this. I mean, you can see this is not terribly deep. I have small hands. There's like a little Velcro patch. This is divided, I don't know how well you can see it. This is divided in 2, and then these. I kept like the tweezers and eyelash glues and things like that on this side. On this side, there's a zipper part here that runs almost all the way. There was deeper pockets here. This is where I kept like hand sanitizer, alcohol, water, that kind of thing. And then on this side, there's 2 pockets and then a Velcro. But I'm OCD, and even though I would have everything I needed for this, when I'd go to a wedding, I would still roll in the train case. And I probably wouldn't open it, but I would roll it in because I was like, what if? So just learning how I am. You can get by with this. If you're new, you can put what you need in here and you can do everything you need out of this bag. I did it several times, well, more than several times. But I learned I drag my train case in regardless, just because I'm like in fear that like something I need is not going to be in this bag. So I just committed to myself to really condense down to the train case. I am going to break this video up. I'm not going to show you what's in the train case, mainly because that would be way too long. We'd be here for hours, because you know me, I like to talk. So I'm going to do that at some time. Also because there's a few things, it's not complete. I have a small list of like 5 items that I need to order and pick up to replace some things that I pulled out. And there were things that I pulled out because they weren't cruelty free. So this is in no particular order. It's just like, it just got thrown in the basket as I was sitting and like clearing everything out. So we're just going to go through it, and I really don't even know where I'm going to put these things. So this ought to be interesting. So the first thing is this, I've got 2 of these double-sided MAC palettes. This is my blush, highlight, and contour one. I pulled this out honestly just because it's not cruelty free. Kind of made me sad. I think I haven't thrown out everything personally. I have not repurchased cruelty free, again, because, you know, mine is like mistakes and that stuff. But so personally, I'm still using some things just because I feel like I want to use them up. I don't want to be wasteful, or have given them away. I haven't decided with this if I'm going to give this away or use this. Yeah, this was kind of hard because I spent a lot of time deciding what colors were going to go in here, and this was hard to pull out. And this is kind of one of the things I need a good blush palette. I have my eye on something that's actually coming out like in holiday collections, that I think is going to be my new blush palette. I'm going to say a lot in this video because, you know. So anyways, haven't really replaced that yet. The next thing was another double-sided palette, and it was full of lipsticks. I'm pulling these out because I don't know that all of these are cruelty-free. And quite frankly, I put all of these in here so long ago that some of them I don't even remember what they are. Lip palettes are hard for me because the majority of my business is bridal, and I have to be able to record at their run-through what I put on them. And I'm OCD, so I don't want to put, like, this little clear thing flips. If you're not familiar with these palettes, if I can get it, it always wants to stick in this lipstick one because it sticks to the lipsticks. I could have labeled this like clear divider in between with what they were, but I'm too OCD for that, and it just doesn't look neat enough. Lipstick palettes I struggle with. Somewhere in here I'll show you the MAC ones that I was using that I pulled out because they're not cruelty free. What I plan on doing, it's kind of working out with all these holiday things. I have bought the Ulta Urban Decay Vice lipstick palette that came out because those are all labeled, and those are all lipsticks I can get. Like, they're not, some of the problems with lipstick palettes is like they're limited edition, and so I can like know which one it is because it's printed right on the palette, and when I use that up I can buy the full-size tube and refill it. So that's my plan. I want to get both of the ones that are coming out because they have a fairly good variety of colors between those 2 palettes. So I really wish, I don't know, lipstick palettes are hard. I'm not gonna lie, I don't really like, I'm hoping those Urban Decay ones are going to be it. I kind of don't like that I have to get 2 separate ones. I'd like them all in one spot, but that's nothing about that. So that's why I took those out. I ordered these, don't do this, these like cheap eyelashes. I bought these for like fashion shows that nobody's really looking at them up close, but they just need like dramatic lashes, and I don't like doing fashion shows, so I don't really sign up for them, so I don't need these. I had a Garnier micellar cleansing water in here. It's not cruelty free. I think this is the this is the waterproof one. These 2 things hurt to pull out of my kit. You can tell well, this one in particular I used, okay, so these are the Makeup Forever Flash palettes. This color one I use, you know, a fair amount on editorial shoots. I love these. I got these at IMATS. They've got sentimental value to me, as well as I just love them. I don't use the flesh tone one as much, but I have used it. This is really hard for me to pull out of my kit. If you're not cruelty free, I do recommend these. They're great. I think I'm going to get the Krylon one that it's a different style, but it's got the different colors in it. I think that's what I'm going to get to replace this one. I don't know that I'm going to replace this because I have my RCMA foundation palettes. I told you I'm a lot. These hurt. It really hurt to take these out. Not gonna lie about that. I pulled out Morphe palettes. I mean, the Morphe is cruelty-free, is considered cruelty-free. I think these are going to go into my personal collection. I just found that I don't use them that much. I had the 9B blush palette. I know Jaclyn Hill like ranted and raved about that one for a while. I have the 28F. I don't even know if some of these are still made. I got these a while ago. So this has like some bright colors in it. This one I may keep like on hand for editorial, because like if you use, I like having like a rainbow palette. Sounds crazy, because like if you're using these, I most of the time I'll set them with eyeshadow. So like if I used that red, I would like tap a little bit of red eyeshadow on top of it to get it to kind of set down in place. So this is getting pulled out right now, but this may work if I don't find a better like rainbow eyeshadow palette alternative. I pulled out the 06F. Oh, this one. This is like a contour palette. This one's just kind of powdery. What I do love this for is I pulled off some, this one's great for those like ghostly death looks at Halloween. I pulled off some pretty cool looks with this last year. It's good quality. I may have that on the side just for Halloween, but I mean, you can see it's powdery. Like I said, it's good for like giving that like hollow around the eye, adding kind of like that tone to Halloween looks. It's not something that I use enough to keep in like my permanent kit, because I'm not going to use it on a bride. So like I said, there may be like a small little stash that I'm going to keep and grab if I know I'm going to go out onto a special thing. And then this is 35W. This one I think I'm going to put in my personal collection because these are good eyeshadows. This is like a purpley toned one. Like I said, I don't even know if that one's still around anymore. What I'll say about the Morphe, I think the reason I'm pulling them out even though they're not cruelty free is A, they don't really fit in the new kit all that well. And B, I definitely have, I'm not going to say I don't have drugstore level stuff in my kit, because I do and I love it. But there's also, I don't know, there's part of me that like, pulling out Morphe just doesn't feel that professional to me. I'm just going to say it. I like the brand. I personally use it. But I've got better quality stuff, and so that's what I use in my pro kit. That's all I'm going to say about that. I pulled out these airbrush foundations. These are like from a private label company. They look like this. I pulled these out just because I don't know if they're cruelty free. They were good foundations. I actually use them quite a bit, but they're like these ginormous bottles. These are, I think, a full ounce. Yeah. Which I know normal foundations are a full ounce, so that's like standard, but an airbrush, that's a lot of foundation because you use so much less than you use on a normal foundation. I think there were, there's 10 colors, I think, of those. If you're wondering what I'm going to do with this stuff, the stuff that doesn't just need trashed because it's old, if I don't keep it personally, I'm probably going to send to someone that is a makeup artist. I pulled out this is again from the private label Mineral Liquid Powder Foundation, which is just an oxymoron. I just don't use them. I don't need a bunch of individual squeezy tubes of things. I pulled out Smashbox Photo Finish Foundation Primer. This is silicone based. This does not play well under airbrush foundation, which is the majority of what I do. I did have this in there. Again, this was one of those like, well, what if I need it? It was like a little sample size. Not cruelty free. It's coming out. Mineral Sheer Tint. Pulled this out. There becomes a point where you realize you don't need one of everything because you make it yourself. So if I need a sheer tint, I'm gonna mix it with a moisturizer and make a sheer tint rather than having 20 extra bottles, because I already have to have moisturizer in my kit and I already have to have foundation in my kit. These were some private label powders that I don't think are cruelty free. There's like an invisible blotting powder. There's a medium beige. You don't need to see, they're just powders. Tinted primer, broad spectrum, SPF 20. Having SPF in your kit just really isn't that smart because it could cause flashback. Okay, so I put this in here and I'm realizing this might be a mistake. There looks like a couple things in here that need to be put aside. Graftobian Professional Makeup Banana Cream Pie Luxury Cashmere HD Setting Powder. This one I may pull aside and put this personal. I think Graftobian is considered cruelty free. NARS Translucent Crystal Light Reflecting Setting Powder. This exploded in my kit. That's probably why I was mad I didn't throw it in here. This is okay. This can cause flashback. So I would only use this, again, we can get into the whole flashback debate. I know if applied absolutely perfectly, this won't cause flashback, but the fact is that it can, and who wants to risk it, right? Like, I'm just too paranoid for that. So this looks beautiful on outdoor shoots. So I may keep it, like, again, in that stash of like things to grab if I know the pictures are only going to be taken outside. This can be a beautiful powder, but anything with flash photography, this is scary. Okay, this was a drugstore thing that I had in my kit because of a certain photo shoot. This is the L'Oreal Paris True Match Lumi Ice highlighter powder thing. I got this because we did a Snow Queen shoot once, and like I needed something that like gave me like that icy blue effect, and this did it. Because yeah, that's like white, like a blue white. So it's pretty, but it's not cruelty free. And again, that you can see I didn't even open the little brush on the back. It's not cruelty free, and that's just kind of one of those like one-off things that you needed for one thing and you're never gonna touch it again. Okay, eyeliners that I'm pulling out because they're not cruelty free. These were good. Maybelline and this Maybelline Eye Studio, the little one looks like this. And then the L'Oreal looks like this. I preferred the black Maybelline, and I preferred the L'Oreal brown. They both have a black, they both have a brown. If you're not cruelty free, I think the Maybelline was blacker and easier to work with. The L'Oreal brown, I think, is a truer, prettier, darker brown. I don't know, just something about it. But they're coming out because they're not cruelty free. My Inglots, these hurt. I really wish Inglot would go cruelty free. I think I may keep these personally. I have AMC Advanced Makeup Components eyeliner gel in 76 white and 90, which is their brown. There's a black one in here somewhere. I'll find it in a minute. And then MAC Chromaline in pure white. I got this because I needed a white for the waterline that was waterproof. Okay, so like if lighting and lipstick looks a little different, I took a little break. It was time to eat, plus the camera was overheating and the phone was dying, so we just had a combination of little issues there. So I'm not really sure. I think it may be cut off when I was talking about the eyeliner, but that's okay. We're gonna move forward. These next few palettes were palettes that we were like given as part of our beauty school kit. we got to choose them, so these weren't necessarily their choices. We got like certain ones to pick from. I forget how many we could pick. So I had picked this like neutral one. I think this is like from China. Again, these were for like makeup school when it was like not about the product you use, it was all about technique. And you really didn't need the like highest quality of stuff. So these I might pass to like a little girl or something. They were okay. I'm kind of past this point, you know, like I don't really need these. There was this one. These are like, yeah, this one's like all shimmer. There's not even any mattes in there. There's this guy. It's like blushes. These are great when you're like starting out and you don't like, you can't afford a whole lot for your kit. I mean, you can definitely use these and get great looks out of them. But you'll learn, you grow out of that phase. If you have the money to spend on better quality, I would. This is like a little lipstick palette. This one, I don't know. This is called P120-5. Again, I don't even know where these came from. This one was actually like 2 layers and you like pull the top tray out. I super glued the top tray to the lid so that way I could open it up and have it like all together. So this is kind of the same thing like I was talking about. This is perfect to like set on top of cream for editorials because it's got kind of like every shade or whatever. But I don't think this is cruelty free. These were all mattes. I actually kind of like this one, but it's not cruelty free. I feel like my energy's died down a little bit. I shouldn't have eaten. I get tired when I eat. This was a Coastal Scents that I put together. You can buy like the little hot pans. I think they're like 99 cents each. And then this is magnetic. Yeah, it was not worth it. You know, you think you're like getting a good deal on stuff and then you're like, oh, that was actually just a waste of money I should have saved. Makeup Forever Sense Eyes Waterproof. This is like a waterproof eye makeup remover. It's like a little squeezy tube. This actually comes really in handy. I really like this. This is good for like cleaning up eyeliner. And it's, you know, supposed to be for like super sensitive eyes. So I like this, but it's not cruelty free, so it has to go. Foundation Stick Natural Beige. This is again from that like private label company. I don't think it's cruelty free. I never use it. Here's a Coastal Scents 10 blush palette. Looks like this. I think Coastal Scents is actually considered like pending or whatever, so I think they are considered cruelty free. I may be wrong about that. But I didn't really like this one. I mean, it's got a fairly good range of colors, but they don't blend that well. They're not that great of quality. Okay, this I like. Again, this one, I'm sad it's not cruelty free. I used this for that same like Snow Queen thing. This is the Sephora Midnight Magic 03 Holographic. It's like a body powder. I thought it was going to say that somewhere, but I guess it's Midnight Magic is what the product is called. 03 Holographic is the color. I think it came in 3 colors. I think there's like a rose gold and a regular gold. The packaging looks like this. Super cute. Lid comes off and it's got the stopper in there and then the netting. And this is like a white holographic glitter. It's really pretty like across the chest or whatever. pretty, not cruelty free, and how often do you need it? Not that often. So I said in another video that I didn't think I had ever owned a MAC mineralized skin finish. And I found one when I was cleaning out my kit, and obviously I didn't use it that often. So I have a MAC mineralized skin finish in the color Light. They look like this. I think this is the old packaging. So this is a great powder, but now they have the NYX no filter powder, so you really don't need these, and these aren't cruelty free. I had a couple Benefit They're Real like traveler things. I keep these. I kept these in my kit. Oh my god, are you done? So I don't know if you can see Remy. She's like in the corner over there. I don't know what she's doing. Okay, so Benefit They're Real mascaras. I had a couple of these like traveler tester ones. Benefit They're Real. I had a couple of these little traveler tester size mascaras. I kept these. I don't know why. I thought that maybe every once in a while I'd need somebody, or I'd need to like give them a mascara, but there's just no need for that, and these aren't waterproof. So I mainly keep, oh, there's another one. I mainly keep waterproof. I have like one non-waterproof, but then a waterproof mascara, which is what I use the most, because again, bridal's what I do the most of, and they're likely to cry, so waterproof mascara is what you need. A L'Oreal True Match in 678. The concept behind these, I think Candy Johnson did a video about how like you contour with these when contouring was really taking off, but like we didn't have the contour products out that we have now. So she recommended using this is just like a darker foundation color. It works. L'Oreal's not cruelty free. I don't use that many cream products on my clients, so this just didn't get used. I just have like a smattering of like these private label products. This is a black eyeliner, nothing special. There's like a concealer, an instant skin smoother. This is like a primer. A lot of these things I would keep in there, but I didn't use them because I mainly airbrush. So a lot of them just aren't compatible with airbrushing. Okay, this, I think Ardency Inn is considered cruelty free. These I'm gonna set aside. I have a random collection of their foundations. These are called the Custom Coverage Concentrate, and I think I just need to play with these a little more. I also have in here their Ultra Lightweight Skin Perfecting Primer. That's supposed to go with it. The primer is like quite a bit bigger. I don't, again, back to, I don't use that many like cream liquid products. I do want to play with these a little more. These have really, again, I think they're cruelty free. They have really unique colors to them. So I have light beige, light medium olive, and medium golden. And like this light medium olive is really like a true olive color, which is kind of hard to find. I know Anastasia Beverly Hills just came out with some foundation sticks, and she claims she's got some olive tones in there. I have not seen them yet, but these are unique colors. I think I'm going to set these aside. I had thrown them in my kit. I never really reached for them, and I do kind of want to find a use for these because I do think they have like a uniqueness to them. Another primer. I don't know why I have so many primers in here. NARS Orgasm Illuminator. Looks like this. I'm trying to, yeah. I like Orgasm Blush. I keep it in my kit. NARS is cruelty free. But this to me just, Here, let me get this glitter off the back of my hand. This, to me, I don't really know. I kept it in my kit thinking I'd find a use for it, and I just never really did. So you squeeze it out, and it looks really pretty. I know I look like I'm not paying attention. There's just a lot going on. And when you first rub it out, it looks pretty, but that's like way too much for that little area, right? So like that's about the amount for the back of my hand, because I squeeze out a fair amount. And it just, like, it's still wet right now, so it looks like shimmery, but it just freaking disappears into my skin. Like, I really just don't know how you're supposed to use this. It's like you only see the color when there's too much product. And when you know, get the appropriate amount of product, you can't really see it. So it's going, because I just don't know how you're supposed to use that. I have a little itty bitty Benefit Watts Up. This is like a stick highlighter. Again, Benefit's not cruelty free, which I was surprised about. I assumed incorrectly that Benefit was cruelty free. I kept a Carmax in here. I would like scrape off and like put on someone's lips if they had really dry lips, like while I was doing the rest of their makeup. That I'm just gonna throw away. It was a mascara, private label. Don't know if it's cruelty free. MAC lip liners. Everybody knows MAC lip products are just amazing. I had lip liner, and I had a pink one and a red one. I had Kiss Me Quick, and it's literally called In Anticipation. These were both Pro Longwear pencils. MAC's not cruelty free. MAC used to have cruelty free status, and then there's the whole China requires testing, and again, I understand why companies want to sell in China because it's a huge market. So MAC does allow third-party testing to sell in China. They do not test themselves. So that's why they are considered not cruelty free. I'm hoping when the law changes in China that MAC will go back to being a cruelty free company, and I think they automatically will. Because honestly, MAC was, I don't use that much MAC in my kit, but I really do like their lip products a lot. So these are the lip palettes I was using more than that giant one I showed earlier. These are like the little individual MAC palettes. I can't see that well. There's the red one. Sorry for the weird angle, but I want you to be able to see the color. There's like a pink one, and then this was like the brown orange one. There's more than this. These are just the three I had. And I used these because they are labeled on the back what colors they are. So they are labeled on the back what colors they are. So like if I use this, I could write it down, and then like if a bride wanted her lipstick, she could go buy this. A lot of lipsticks and lip palettes are like limited edition, or they don't tell you what they are, or they're not permanently written what they are, and that's honestly been a big struggle for me in my kit. If you're doing editorial or whatever, you don't need to know, and it doesn't matter. Well, I mean, I guess if you do like a movie or something, you have to know which one you used, but that's been a struggle for me, and I really wish, I don't know, I need to do more researching now that cruelty free and find good cruelty free lip palettes that are marked with what they are and that you can buy individuals. Because like if you have a bride, like tell her, say I use, okay, like in this pink palette, if I use Please Me, which is this color over here, it's beautiful pink neutral, and she wants to be able to get that to wear on her wedding, I want to be able to tell her, or be able to go get for her, an individual lipstick tube that she can carry around with her. And that's just been a struggle, finding stuff, again, labeled in palettes that is not limited edition that you can go buy individual of. I think we can improve that market for pros. Again, I haven't done a ton of research on that, but like I haven't looked into like the majorly pro brands like Ben Nye Krylon and all those. But again, those are hard for me. Like, I can't send a bride to go get her own that she can go pick it up in the store. So anyways, a little bit sure. Like I said, those new Urban Decay ones that are coming out, I think are the best thing I've seen that I can get my hands on, and a bride could go to an Ulta or a Macy's or whatever. If she loves that color and she's sentimental and she wants to keep it, she can go buy that lipstick and keep it with her. Some more private label powders. This one's like, this is a baked. This is kind of like mineralized skin finish. This is like a bronzer. This one was kind of cute. It's like got like tiger stripes. This is a concealer palette. I'm pretty sure this came from school. Cream concealer. I never dipped into the green. I'm not that big of a fan of color correcting. I know, shoot me now. I'm just not. There's a little brow. This is the private label. Little brow powder. A BB cream that goes back to the whole, like, you can just make your own from what you have in your kit. Another primer. I do not know. I didn't realize how many primers I had. This is a private label black eyeliner. Another primer. Lip gloss. This is not cruelty free. This was a pretty color. A little individual eyelash glue to be squeezy thing. I don't know the brand, that's why I took it out. I like saving these. Oh, I swear. I know I sound like a crazy person. Okay, I do. I like saving these. I have this grand scheme that I could give one of these to a bride if she like cries and rubs her eyes and her eyelashes pop up, that she could use this to put them back down. But most of the time I don't remember to give them to them, and are they really even gonna know how to do that, you know? So, meh. I had some Revlon cream eyeshadows. Yeah, I have two of them here. In school, we use a lot of cream shadows to like intensify underneath powder eyeshadows. I just find I just use a good skin tone eyeshadow primer, and so therefore I don't really need these. Revlon's not cruelty free. This one was just cool because it had like metallics. These I'm gonna pitch, I think, because they're on the older side and it's a cream. Another mystery palette. We don't know where it came from. This is the same packaging and the same stickers as Morphe. Like these little stickers on the back. See that? So I'm pretty sure, I don't know, the packaging or the factory from Morphe is probably the same. So they probably are cruelty free, but I can't confirm that. This is a little blush palette. And I also think they're made in China. Makeup Forever Sculpting Kit. This is number 2. I do believe this is the old packaging. I believe they changed the packaging on this. Great little product, but you kind of need all of these because not everybody's going to be this one, but this is kind of the good, like, standard. Okay, this is another thing that really hurt to take out. MAC Fix Plus. I kept like a small one and I would just refill it in my kit, and this hurts so bad. I've referred to this. This is like the duct tape of the makeup world. There are so many flippin' uses for this, and it's a great product. And MAC, please, please, would you go back to being cruelty free so that I can continue to use this, because I love it. It's an amazing product. If you're not cruelty free, go get you some, like in lots, because it's amazing. Setting sprays have really taken off. There's quite a few on the market now. When I picked this one up, I don't feel like they were as available, or I didn't know they were as available. This is Model in a Bottle. Candy Johnson used to talk about this a ton. Since this is the Sensitive Skin Formula Makeup Setting Spray Matte Finish. I'm taking this out of my kit. I will probably use this personally because this is a glass bottle, and I just like keeping glass out of my kit because you have to like haul your kits up and downstairs and all sorts of crazy things sometimes. Okay, this concealer I love, and I don't know why people don't talk about it, like on YouTube and everything like that. So, but it's not cruelty free, so it's gotta go. The packaging's great because they're squeezy tubes, so you can keep it sanitary. This is the Maybelline Master Conceal. They had a really great color range, like this medium deep color was fairly deep. I actually have two medium deeps. It was a pretty good, you know, deep color. I mean, it definitely could be darker for sure. But these are great. I keep saying I'm gonna do this. I'm going to do a video on under eyes. I have very blue coloring under my eyes, and so there is just not a lot that cuts, that makes the mark with me. And I try everything on myself before I put it in my kit, because if I don't like wearing it, then I don't want to use it. You know, like I obviously have the one that I keep, and then I go buy separate things for my kit. So this, before the new Tarte concealer, freaking amazing, but that's not sanitary packaging. These are amazing. These rank up there with me with like the the Cosmetic Spy by Under Eye, which is staying in my kit because it is a cruelty-free product and it's amazing, great coverage. But this was a great, inexpensive drugstore alternative to that, and I really don't know why people aren't talking about these. I know a lot of people talk about the Maybelline Fit Me concealer. They say it's a good dupe for the NARS, which it's not. NARS is more pigmented. These are great. If you are not cruelty free and you need an inexpensive option for your kit, these concealers are amazing. I don't know why I had this in my kit. I think this got sent to me in like a subscription box, and I was like, well, I'll never use that personally, but let me throw it in my kit. J-Cat Sparkling Cream Palette. Looks like that. It's like some metallic glitter eyeshadows. They're kind of crap. I'm actually going to throw that away because there's no point in passing that along to anyone. This was like a private label lip treatment. And you can see I chopped it off, like I would scrape off of it. Almost finished, so like I need to hurry up because the camera keeps wanting to overheat. MAC Mineralized Foundation Loose. This is the color Light. I actually personally really like this. Over any decent foundation, buffing this into the skin, I always would get compliments like how great my skin looked or whatever. This gives like a pretty sheen, kind of, I guess, probably the same effect as like Hourglass Ambient Lighting Powders. So this is a great product. Again, I'm not taking anything MAC out of here because I didn't like it. It's all because they're not cruelty free. This was a little NYC brow powder and wax. I bought this for the wax that was in it, but they are not cruelty free. Lorac eyeshadow primer. Oh, sorry, I got it backwards. You get these like when you buy their palettes. It's a pretty good eyeshadow palette, but they're not cruelty free. I have a Smashbox Limitless Waterproof Brow Definer in Auburn. I don't know why this is called Auburn, but I picked this up because this was like a really unique color. So that's why I only had one color from that brand, just because I thought it kind of, you know, stood out and was a little different. But Smashbox is not cruelty free. I had a Laura Mercier Soft Brunette eyebrow pencil. I've heard that Laura Mercier was cruelty free and then they weren't, and then I heard that they've quit selling in China. So I think they're going to go back to being cruelty free, but I don't believe that's been confirmed yet. So for now that has to come out of my kit. I have a It's So Big volumizing mascara. It's like, it's still in its shrink wrap, so it's still sanitary but not cruelty free that I know of. Here is my AMC Inglot 77 Black. That's like the world famous eyeliner. I did have another of the Smashbox brow definers. This one's in dark brown. Okay, and then these are two products that, they're the last two, I swear. And these are things I'm going to talk about a little bit. I love this, and this is a unique product. This is the Smashbox Photo Finish Hydrating Under Eye Primer. It's a beautiful product. My clients always ask me what it is. It's like one of the first things I do. You know, you put the lip balm, and I put this under their eyes to get that area hydrated. But because it's considered an under eye primer, it doesn't cause creasing. It's not like if you put an eye cream and then you kind of need to wipe it away so, you know, it doesn't affect the concealer. They always go, oh, that feels so good. What is that? Smashbox is not cruelty free, and I'm really bummed about this. I don't know of that many other under eye primers. I know e.l.f. has one, and it's in like a black pump, and I think that's what I'm going to have to put in my kit for now. I'm not thrilled about the idea of an e.l.f. I have e.l.f. products. I have drugstore products in my kit, but I don't know. There's something about, I just feel like clients kind of look at you like, really, are you pulling an e.l.f. product out? I need to use it on myself for a while to confirm that I really want that going in my kit. And then Pure has a hydrogel like stick, like under eye primer that I personally like using, but I just don't know. Maybe I need to try it with my one I have. I don't know how that's going to work because I just like apply it, and because it dries so quickly. I apply it directly from like the stick onto my face, and I don't know how it's going to work if I like spatula some of it off and like try to apply it with a brush. So those are the two things I'm going to be researching replacing this with. And then this one. So I've been doing some research. This is the Makeup Forever, as I drop it, the Makeup Forever Aqua Seal. This is basically the same thing as Inglot Duraline. This is a fluid transformer, waterproof. So basically you can mix this with an eyeshadow to make a waterproof eyeliner. What I really like using these for is, you know, you put the eyeliner on your palette and then you're working with it and it starts to get a little dry. So instead of having to scoop more out, you can just add this and it gives a little bit of that moisture back. It revives that eyeliner. And when it's out on your hand where the air is really exposed to it, it dries up a little quicker. So this is great. I kept this one in my kit over the Duraline because Duraline is in a glass bottle, even though it's an amazing product. Duraline's in a glass bottle, and it was also like the dropper was in the cap, so when you opened it to drop it, like if the bottle fell over, it could spill everywhere. The good thing about the Makeup Forever one is it is like the eyedropper, so you just drop this. See, like the drop hasn't even come, like it's upside down. If I squeeze, it would come, but you know what I'm saying? Like there's less worry about this like falling over and spilling everywhere. So that's why I kept this one in my kit. I've been looking for a really good cruelty-free alternative, and that's one of the things kind of on my list. So right now I have purchased the Makeup Revolution has like an aqua sealer drops. That was something I was able to go to Ulta and purchase. It does claim to waterproof it. I don't love the packaging on that one. And I'll get into that later, but in another video or something. e.l.f. I know a lot of people recommend the e.l.f. one, but that one actually has like water as like one of the first ingredients, and it does not claim to be waterproof. So while it may revive, I feel like you're actually compromising the ability of the waterproof eyeliners, which with bridal, you want everything waterproof that you can get. So I'm not going to be getting that one for my kit. The other two that I am kind of researching that I don't have that I've been looking for, they're both considered pending brands on Logical Harmony cruelty free, but pending's better than brands to avoid. There is a Cinema Secrets one, and it comes in similar packaging to this, like a plastic eyedropper, and it does say it's waterproof. And then Trish McAvoy makes one called Finish Line, and it does say waterproof, but it is kind of, the packaging is a different shape than the Duraline one, but it's the same thing where it's like a little glass bottle with like an eyedropper in it. So that makes me a little nervous for my kit. So I do think I'm going to try to pick up the Cinema Secret ones. Like I said, I have Makeup Revolution one in my kit now just because the Cinema Secret ones I'm gonna have to order, and I don't want to pay like $5 shipping for like a $6 bottle. So I'm waiting till I have some more things I need to order. So I know, I'm sure this video is over an hour. That's everything I've taken out of my kit, pretty much. I mean, there's probably a few things that I just threw right away because they were so disgusting. So that's what's come out of my kit. I will be doing a kit video if there's requests for it, showing what is now in my kit that's considered cruelty-free and that I'm hauling around with me. So thanks for taking time out of your day. I know this was a long one. This was a lot of time out of your day if you made it all the way through this one. That's why things I've taken out of my kit and why. If you don't mind, subscribe or like this video. I would really appreciate it.